member of the Information Society? That's a difficult question because I didn't know we were in the Information Society.
Okay, thank you for coming and being part of Diversity Week here at Holydown West Close. My name's Jean. What am I? Technical Inspection Officer. And obviously trying to do my bit for Diversity Week. Now, I will introduce Isaac, who is our guest speaker. Isaac is a very inspiring young man. I've communicated with him for a while now, and he's going to share his life story, talk about his disabilities, and like I said, the achievements that he's obtained despite life's challenges. So over to you, Isaac.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Now before we start, I do want to say this is my first ever presentation lasting hopefully an hour, as usually it's either at a school or at a meeting, so time is usually scarce. So I've decided to take this opportunity and use it. So during this time I hope to teach you something new, motivate you to do more in life, and we can't forget about having fun, because having fun makes life a whole lot better. And also I'll be putting stuff on the screen so can everyone see it. So let me start again. Hi, I'm Isaac. I'm 22, and as you can see, I have a physical disability. I have no arms, short legs, and I use a wheelchair to get around in. Now, for the next 2 minutes, I want you to talk to the person next to you and discuss things that you think I might have done in my life. This can be anything from crazy things to the average daily activity, and we'll come back and we'll write some things down. I hope you all had good discussions. Yeah. So now let's feedback. I'm always discuss and write down some points of what I think I've done in my life. So first, I need a volunteer to come up and write, as obviously I can't do it myself. So anyone want to volunteer to write?
Alright.
Come a bit.
So yeah, we'll go around and what did you all think?
Art.
Sport. Well, we don't know which one.
Right.
It's sport.
Sorry?
Sport of some kind.
Videography?
Swimming.
Music?
I mean, done some really wild things, so like bungee jumping and the whole plane type.
Travel.
Computer games.
Writing.
Reading.
Put some very interesting ones there. So we're gonna watch this video and we'll see which ones come up here. How well did you do with what you thought I did? Did any of them surprise you?
Yeah, I'm surprised you jumped out that plane.
I would like to say that that's only some of the things I've done as well. Because I do swimming, I do play computer games, I do travel quite a lot, I travel abroad. I do some music, I go to a studio, and I do some art. Now I know what you're all probably thinking from watching that video, how do you do it? Or what energy do you get to all that with a limitation of being in a wheelchair? Well, let me answer by saying, life is not easy. I can't get on all buses because parents with children in buggies won't fold them up due to drivers not being very helpful, or ramps don't work, or when they do, they decide to not go back in, which is very annoying. Not all train stations are accessible, as there are no lifts to get me in and out, and the list goes on. Just does get me down at times, because I'm human just like all of you. I have the same downs and ups as everyone, but let's be real here. If I get upset every time that I can't get on the bus, then I wouldn't have done amazing opportunities like this.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, what's your name?
Isaac,
Now, what's going on?
I'm about to do a skydive.
Alright, first time?
Yeah, my first time.
Yeah, excited for that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Alright, buddy, how was that?
Amazing.
You like it?
Great.
Yeah, what's the best part?
Well, maybe you see the horizon, that was really cool.
Awesome. Congratulations, man.
Thanks.
Welcome to Start Skydiving.
That was actually 14,000 feet I jumped out.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel?
It was,
Exhilarating.
yeah, it's great. It's loads of adrenaline.
Yeah.
I suppose it gets a bit worse the nearer you get to the ground, doesn't it? Sort of,
Yeah, but it's happened so fast you don't really notice it. And you don't actually feel falling. And if I got upset every time I wasn't able to get onto a train station, then how would I have done this? How many of you have seen the Olympic torch in the flesh? Anyone?
The Olympic torch.
Yeah, the Olympic torch.
No, I'm not seeing it.
Well, I thought I'd bring it out and show everyone. This is the one I carried on the day.
Gorgeous.
Feel free to take pictures.
Lovely.
As you can see, getting on buses and not being able to get out of train stations is least of my troubles. As there's so many alternatives to these things. Can't get on a bus, while I wait for the next one. Can't get out of a station, well, one down the line will eventually be accessible. And please don't think that as I'm able to do an alternative, it does not make it right. Things are getting better, but very slowly. This is compared to around 15 years ago where there were steps onto buses and trains. Since then, there's been a huge difference. The amount of times I'm sad and can't be bothered to get up in the morning, I soon realize I could be spending my time doing something in my life. And in all honesty, it's mainly because I would get bored after a while. And I agree, to have a positive mindset is not easy, as again, life is not easy. But after having this gift of a body, from day one I've learned over time that giving up is not really an option. And you know what else really helps me is my family and friends. From day one, I've never exactly been told no or discouraged to do something. Unless I was doing something naughty, then I was told no. but for doing things that people don't think I can do, then it's always, if you want to do it, then do it type of attitude. And it really has shaped me to who I am today. All of my family and friends have always supported me heavily in my adventures, may that be spending a week in New York or being able to go skiing in Geneva, or helping me raise money for charity. I just wish I could thank them all individually. I could tell you all individual stories, but we could be here for a while. However, there's one special lady that has really motivated me since day one, and that is my mother, who is actually standing next to me. I do thank her for allowing me to jump out of planes, ski down mountains, or travel abroad to have new experiences. Without her, I probably wouldn't be here today sharing my story with you all. Now, speaking of stories, as she is here, I thought it would be a good opportunity for her to tell it shortly from her point of view. I just hope it's nice things, as I don't know what she's going to say.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Quite a few years ago, we were foster carers, and because I am a nurse, I was able to foster children with disabilities. So Isaac came to us 22 years ago, got quite an early age. He stayed with us, and we had many hospital visits and all sorts of things, as you can imagine. And when he was 5 years old, we were able to adopt him. So poor man has spent the rest of his life with my other 7 children.
Oh, wow.
So he is the youngest by quite a bit. But, not all of them live at home, but he has plenty of support. As he says, if you want to go somewhere, usually somebody will be able to go with him after me. He does, as you can see and have seen, he does all sorts of things. He helps people generally, he mentors, he goes to meetings, he does his video editing, which he's been doing for about 4 years on a more in-depth basis. Yeah. But he has been doing video editing for about 6 or 7 years in all. And he makes videos for people, friends. He will go out with an assistant and take photographs of films, and then he'll bring it back and he will edit it for them, and he does that quite a bit. And he's got that will be edited. Don't worry, it's this way. So we all are very proud of him, because as you can imagine, when he was very young, nobody expected him to be able to do anything at all. And it's true, there's lots of things he can't do, but we don't worry about that. You just focus on what anybody can do, and there's normal things at home. He can't do anything, but we just get on with daily life we used to. And as you can see, he does lots of things. And then of course he went to the high school when he was 11, and that was quite an achievement, because right from the beginning I was told that he really should go to a special needs school. Special needs school. In those days, they were just bringing in teaching assistants. So he went to the high school on the grounds that it would be a lot easier to get him into a special needs school if the ordinary school proved too difficult. But it would have been very difficult to have got him into a mainstream school from a special needs school. Anyhow, with the help of his school friends and the learning assistants, he sat, what is it, school cert? What's it called it now? GCSE, whatever. Yeah. And A-levels.
I've left school for a few years now.
He got A-levels in all sorts of things. So it was well worthwhile, I think, sending him to the high school. And recently he has helped out in Bernardo's, which you know about. They're just over 150 years old now, and they helped him when he was little. He went on trips and he did things with them. So he feels that it's now time and he is able to give back to the community. So he does work with Bernardo's in various ways, and he also helps out other charities, and he helps in the church. So he does what he can in the community to put back what he feels he's got. There isn't really anything else I can say because he's still got things to tell you about. And I think that will do for now.
Yes, thank you. Last point of giving back to the community. I give a lot back to charities and community, and I do this a lot myself. I was going to ask, how many of you recognize these three charities? We'll start with Special Effects. Would anyone like to take a guess what this charity is about? Any guesses? No? Okay. We'll watch a video and show you what it's about. So as you saw, they make it accessible for people with disabilities to play video games. As you saw, there's some switches which people can use with their heads or with their feet. Also, there's a technology now that you can play games with just your eyes. So I played a racing game once, and you looked up to go faster, you look down to go slower, and you look left and right to move, which is quite great technology for people who may have cerebral palsy and can't use their arms or legs. So it's making it accessible for everyone. And I approached Special Effect after seeing them on TV a couple of years ago, because when I was a teenager I was quite addicted to games, and I wasn't able to press certain buttons on the controller, these back ones to be... These two of them.
This usually rests on the floor.
I lie down on my side.
And there's no way was he able to press these. Oh, don't press anything, set the place on.
I could press them, but I wasn't able to hold them, because some games you have to press like 5 buttons at once. Since then, I've been able to volunteer during conventions, because they go to video game conventions and show the technology to people. I've been able to help out and talk about how well they've helped me and how they help others. And now I can be called a proud ambassador for them. So now at the Dream Factory, any guess what that could be?
Holidays.
No. Kind of. The Dream Factory is a charity that grants wishes to dreams to children and young people from the ages of 3 to 25 with life-limiting or life-threatening conditions or severe disabilities. So the story with me and the Dream Factory, I was roaming my town centre one day and I saw the people you see with the buckets wanting money, and I was intrigued by the name the Dream Factory. So I spoke to them and they told me about it, and as I seemed quite intrigued, they asked me to write down 3 dreams that I've always wanted to do, and I would be given one. 2 of them had something to do with wrestling, as I was a huge wrestling fan a while ago. And my third was to go up in a helicopter. A few months later, and I was given an opportunity to go up in a helicopter. It was a really amazing experience, much different from flying in a plane, but it was great. And since then, I've attended many Dream Factory events. I was asked to become an ambassador for them as well, so of course I accepted. And lastly, Bernardo's. I think we all know them, and Mum mentioned it earlier. They're a charity which actually helped me a lot when I was younger, from taking me on trips with other young people, to allowing my mum to have respite once every so often, and from their continued support I thought I'd give back to them. I was also given a chance to be part of the Believe in Me campaign, which was created 2 years ago. It was quite a big campaign, most have probably seen it. So even though I wasn't in the main TV advert, I was filmed and showed my life.
Hello, my name is Isaac. I'm 16 and this is the type of gamer I am.
It all started playing video games. I started using my feet to do things.
before I used computers, I used to get my mum to press the keys, so it's good being able to be able to do things myself. Everything is quite important in my life because I'm able to share my experiences with the world.
Isaac carried the torch in Barking and Dagenham. It's brilliant to see him with the torch. It's really proud.
In the house and going out. It's just the in-between parts of the work.
So we're now at the Indigo project, and this is where I used to come. Hi, when I was 10, 11 years old. Indigo's there to give respite for families which need a break. It sounds bad, but sometimes it's needed. And it made me into the person I am today.
We continue to work with each other a lot. Now, my mum did mention this quite briefly about me video editing and using the computer. Well, that is a huge passion of mine. I've always been creative in ideas and I love sharing experiences with people. I always feel it's better to see what a person can do rather than just talk about it, which is why I have loads of videos and pictures. It's also a win when I decided to go through a YouTube competition last year called the Vlogstar Challenge. And it was against 1,500 other young people, where I won by making an award-winning BAFTA video talking about how hard work pays off.
Hi, I'm Isaac, and I can't tie my shoes up. Being sad? That's not me. I don't even wear shoes. Hello? Oh, hi there. Welcome. Hi, I'm Isaac. What you just saw might be seen as inspiring. But all of that was hard work. But what is hard work? Hard work is for the challenged. Hard work is for the team player. Hard work is for the adventurer. Hard work is for everyone. Hard work got me here, and hard work will get me further. Hi, I'm Isaac, and I can't tie my shoes in the morning.
I've also just realised that that's the 4th time that you've seen me do the skydive. This is not a subliminal message that you should all go out and do skydiving now. That video gave me a chance to go on 3 major TV and newspaper platforms, and here's the awards that I won from it. And that was given to me at the BAFTAs in London. Yeah. So what's next? Even though it seems that I've done almost everything.
Not done the wind walking?
Well, I don't really know, but I do have plans in the works and I can't really share with anyone right now, but just know that it'll be good and I'll continue to carry on. So thank you all for listening and I hope you enjoyed, and you can follow me on those links if you wish to. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Isaac, and special thanks to everyone for coming and being part of it. Thanks for all that contributed, however big or small. Isaac is available for questions, more food, come and have a chat, both with Isaac and Isabel, and yeah, get your photo opportunity with the Olympics.
Yes.
And yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you.